It's grippy. Yeah. Grippy.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Sun and Pops Culture. I'm Sun,
And I'm Pops.
and this is episode 84.
84. What's in store for 84? Man, that's like some George Orwell stuff right there.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, buddy.
that is the 84.
Mm-hmm. I was in fourth grade. That was a good year for me. That was the year I found out I was smart.
Oh,
Third grade was the year I thought I was stupid.
yeah.
Fourth grade, I got a teacher that made me think I was smart. Yep. Mrs. Faust was my fourth grade teacher. Yeah. Anyways, there's that.
There's
Yep.
that.
She wasn't Miss Ronstadt. That's for damn sure.
I don't even
Any-
know. Oh, that was the last
that was
teacher.
my third
Okay.
grade teacher. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Um, so yeah. Oh man. So what we do here at Son of Pop Culture is give you our take on music, movies, video games, literature, comic books, sports, and a little slice of life. Sometimes you get the whole pie. East and West, young and old, X and Z, Son and Pops. Where can the people find us at, bud?
You can check us out on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Sun and Pops Culture. Sometimes we post highlights of the show, snippets, whatnot. Feel free to hit us up if you want us to talk about a certain something, certain topic, or you just want to chat. We love hearing from you guys.
Yeah, we love hearing from our listeners, man. It's great. Keep the questions coming. Questions and comments, super welcome. Even though I forgot to check if we had a question for today. But
I don't think we did.
yeah. But yeah, I guess we'll start where we always start with this week's drink. This week's drink started out as a 21-year-old's quest to find his favorite drink, but has since evolved or devolved into us drinking whatever we want. Because either way,
We gonna
we going to
drink.
drink. So, what do you have for the people today, bud?
Today I have the same thing as I had last week in my Sun and Pops class. I
Look
have
at
the
you.
the Kona, that Kona lager.
Oh, yeah, that IPA ish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ish. I'm pretty sure it's a lager, so
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, I guess, a California
yeah.
lager.
Hawaiian,
Hawaiian. Also,
Hawaiian lager.
a
Yeah.
Polynesian
Yes.
lager. Nice. Very nice. Well, I have, the world famous
Oh,
Corona Extra.
summer. Great summer
Yeah,
drink.
it's officially summer up in this chumpy.
Yeah.
Actually, what summer's coming up? What, the 21st, right? First day of summer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
longest day
Summer
of the long
solstice.
summer
Yeah, I
solstice.
know.
Yeah, longest day of the year, people.
Mm-hmm.
I used to say that to your mom. She'd be like, "Nah," I'd be like, "Yeah, it actually is like science. It
Yeah,
actually
same.
is
Yeah.
the day with the most daylight
It
of the
it's
year."
always weird for me to think though, because after that, the days just get shorter.
It gets
But that,
shorter.
but I think feel like after that is like prime summer, isn't
Oh
that?
yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean?
definitely,
So isn't that weird
definitely,
that
yeah. That yeah, it's actually getting shorter instead of yeah.
progressively
But that period of time from like yeah, like mid June to what
September,
September, you're
late,
like oh
what is that? Labor Day?
Memorial Labor Day weekend. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's 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 just so clutch.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But all right, so yeah, cheers, bud. To
Cheers.
summer. To summer.
Yeah, I think you'd like these. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Maybe when you're out here.
yeah, which will be soon.
Yes.
Soon and very soon. Coming to save the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was an interesting week. A lot of new stuff is dropping and I can't keep up.
Oh, really?
So I mean, well, you figure the boys dropped.
Oh,
We
yes,
got our
yes.
little timetable mixed up, but the boys dropped, and then Game of Thrones drops tonight.
Tonight
Yeah.
on June 16th,
Yep.
at the time we're recording this.
Yeah, as the time we're recording. The new episodes, the second half of the Bridgerton season dropped this week.
Oh, yes,
Yeah, so there
yes.
was a lot, and I watched none of it. I've seen 10 minutes of Bridgerton just now when I was running in the house because that's right, people. It's Father's Day.
Yes.
So
Happy
oh
Father's Day
yeah, happy
to
fa-
the father in Southern Pops culture.
Oh man, thanks,
That's
bud. Thanks. I appreciate
yeah.
that, man. I really do. I was gonna say happy fathers to all the fathers out there that are listening.
Yeah.
You know, Dado, my man Dado, my main man Matt Surge, my brother Chet, my brother Doug, my brother Jason, all the other people out there I fuck with. Merry happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day.
Happy
Merry
Father's
Father's
Day.
Day. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, happy Father's Day, fellas. Um, I mean, I got a whole list I could rattle off, but they don't listen all the time. So but yeah. Yeah, so I was running late getting home, buddy, because I was at your grandparents' house cutting up with your grandfather and your grandma. And
Yeah.
yeah, so it was a good visit. I had a really good Father's Day. Thank you for the
It's
lovely
good.
card. Thank you for everybody knocked out the box this year with my card. So thank you.
Oh yeah.
I felt really touched. Yeah, I really did. I mean, you're good with a humorous card that still like makes sense. So it's not just like a dog with
Thanks.
a bowler hat on or some shit. It usually makes
Yeah.
sense. And your sister hit me up with a nice one, and your mother and your grandmother actually got me a card too.
Oh,
I like
that's
one of that
nice.
watching you be a father things made my heart feel good.
Yeah.
So, you know, we went to lunch and had a good lunch, and your sister thought we should go to the point
Oh,
after
packed.
after after we went to Ritual House and got bloated, you know.
You had to walk it off. You had to
Yeah.
walk
So your
the
sister's like, we should
calories off, burn
your
them.
sister, your sister said we should get to the point. And I went, nah, we can't do that. She was like, last time
Oh
I
man.
recommend something wholesome. And I was like, Daisha, we just ate. It's 95 degrees outside. I was like, meanwhile, I was like, I'm already thinking about the nap I'm going to take in the car.
Oh my god.
So yeah, we didn't go, but it was hot. If we'd have went,
Yeah.
her and your
Oh,
mother
it
would
would
have
have
been
been
it,
packed too.
and it would have been instant misery. They'd have been like, it's so hot and there's no shade. I'd be like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but yeah, it was a nice Father's Day. Low
That's
key.
nice.
Got into a couple of little projects this morning because if people who knew me, like, I mean, actually, but you probably remember when I was off and I could sleep in, I would sleep in, But I was up at 7 a.m. this morning. Like that's when I woke
Yeah.
up. Like it's crazy. I'm like, man, like waking up on your days off is so nice, as opposed to sleeping it all away. Like, so yeah, I started the day with a project, and yeah, it's not finished, and I don't know when it will be. But anyways, so yeah, Father's Day.
Productive.
Yeah, the your uncle Doug sent out a text. We were like, Happy Father's Day, and
Yeah.
then he said, it's funny. He said the only Happy Father's Days text messages I ever get are from other fathers. He said because no one gives a shit about Father's Day. And
Yeah.
I was like, that's so true. I was like, it's so true. You get them from your kids and from other dads, and that is it. But I'm not gonna lie, I did get some because there's a couple of people I can hear right now. I've been like, what? But yeah, I did get a couple of
Yeah. Last
happy.
time I
Yeah,
told you.
yeah. So a few friends said thank you. So what did I call them? Domestic queens.
Yeah.
Thank you for your Father's Day wishes. I really do appreciate them. I really do. But anyways, moving on. But
You like your camo shorts?
hey, I opened that box, man. That bag. Those camo shorts were like, ah. I was like, yes, and they had the cargo pockets. I
Yeah.
was like, hell yeah. But sadly, I put them on, and old man squads are too big for the shorts, baby.
Oh
So
man.
gonna have to size them up. Gonna have to size them up a little bit.
Oh,
I was gonna wear them to the restaurant. I was ready. Deja was like, "What are you
oh
wearing?"
my god.
She said, "Dad, you didn't pick out which." I said, "You already know what I'm wearing." She was like,
Oh,
"What?" I said, "I'm wearing them shorts."
ew.
She said, in a white t-shirt. I said, "You damn right." And then I went to,
People listening are like thinking camo shorts. Like what?
yeah,
And
they
you
went out of
wear
style in
those?
2006. Yeah, that's right.
And that's
I,
when you got them
yeah, I
and
wear.
had them
Hey,
for 15 years.
you throw a cargo pocket on them bitches. Oh, you just stuff all kind of stuff in there, man. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they came with a belt. Those shorts came with a belt too.
Oh,
I was like, gangster. Yeah. So, but they didn't fit. So I gotta resize them.
well now
But
we
yeah,
know.
yeah. and your mom got me a dope pair of work pants. Like she was she
Yeah,
was
she
she
was
was in
telling
my
me.
brain. Yeah, I was like, oh
Yeah.
babe. I said these were. I was looking for these, and she was like, no. I said no, really. Like I was actually looking for them at the store
Yeah.
recently. So I was really excited when I opened up the bag. Like, oh wow, thank you. So
It's
yeah.
nice.
hmm I got your Papa Arby's gift card because he's like Arby's biggest fan.
Ew, yeah.
And your grandmother was like, really, Leonard? And he was like, what? He's like, "Psh, last one they gave me, I got like 3 trips out of that. He's like, "Psh,
Oh, ew.
4 for 10. He's like, oh yeah, I'm on that. And I was like, yeah, he's going to use it. I told them both. I said, and I got him a box of dilly bars from Dairy Queen.
Oh, yeah.
So like,
Oh, those are good.
because yeah, and your pap, he got to make a trip to the Dairy Queen every night. It's right up the
Yeah.
street. So I was like, and he's like loves dilly bars. So I was
Yeah.
like, I'll get him a case of dilly bars. Because I said, Mom, I said, you guys have everything. So it's just easier to buy you into like junk food. Like I got your grandma those like gourmet popcorn for Mother's Day. I'm like, because she loves popcorn. So I'm like, here, Mom. And
Yeah.
it's gone. And it's gone. Like it's like, yeah, I go back and oh look, it's all gone. So
Yeah.
for the win. For the win. So yeah. But yeah, I got my camo shorts. Yep.
So getting into it,
Mhm.
I'll be honest. I mean, you said the stuff that dropped. I don't have much because
Yeah.
I don't watch The Boys.
Yeah.
Missed out on that.
Yeah.
I will say this, it has the lowest ratings on Rotten Tomatoes for season of The Boys right now.
Yes,
It
but
has, I don't know. Wait, but what?
it's 83%.
84.
84. Oh,
Yeah.
84% fresh.
Which is still good. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's
So
still a good
yeah.
show, but compared the first three is like 99, 98, 94.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Just so I saw 84. I was like, whoa, that's a big jump. Not
It's a
saying
big jump.
it's bad, but
Well,
it's interesting.
they're at that point. I think we talked about them briefly last week when I talked about why. No, I talked about Fallout doing that thing the boys does with the gross
Yeah, the
out and
gruesomeness and
yeah,
stuff.
I think the
Yeah.
boys is at a point where like it's got to decide what it wants to be. But then, oh, my dude Cody at work told me that next season is the final season. So I guess they have
Oh,
decided.
yes. Yeah.
So, which probably
Saw
will lead
that.
to some strong storytelling. Then, if they know they're going to end it, the storytelling will get ramped up, and I'm sure they're, um, whatever, fresh will go up. Or I'm not sure because some people probably do just watch for the gross stuff and don't care about the story. For
Yeah,
those
some
of you,
people they just like that. They're
for
like,
those
oh
of you,
yeah, the boys.
the boys, he blew up that dude's dick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, sick.
they say cuss words all the time. This is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not like
yeah,
Marvel.
yeah.
Marvel making jokes
Yeah,
24/7.
yeah, they're talking. Yeah, did you happen to notice the commentary they made about social injustice? What?
Yeah.
But they blew up the dude's dick.
Yeah. No, that's it. That's like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
boys make fun of those people that
yeah,
don't that
yeah,
love the boys.
yeah. It's like, oh my god, bro.
Yeah.
Like for those of you who don't know, The Boys was a comic book in the early 2000s, the mid 2000s, and it ran for like I think 60 some, maybe 70 some issues, and it was literally like took the idea of the superhero and flipped it upside down, of like the corporate superhero, flipped it upside down, and made fun of itself, but it also made a commentary about society. And then Seth Rogen got a hold of it to produce the show because he's a comic lover. I mean, he tried it
Yeah.
with Preacher before, and he got a
He
couple of
did.
seasons, 2 or 3 seasons out of Preacher, but
I think
nobody really
3
watched.
on
People
AMC.
watched, yeah, people watched, but they didn't watch like they're watching The Boys.
Yeah.
And what's funny,
And Seth Rogen also did Invincible.
yeah, and he's currently doing Invincible.
Yeah.
But what's funny is the same guy who wrote Preacher, the comic, wrote The Boys. And
Okay.
Preacher is by far a better series than The Boys. Like by far. It's the guy's like magnum opus.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, the timing, the budget, the cast, whatever.
The network.
The network, yeah. Yeah, I guess he couldn't get away with as much on AMC
Yeah.
as
I
he
think it
can.
was the timing mainly
Yeah.
because I mean it was before Amazon Prime was doing what it was doing. So
Yeah.
it had to
Yeah.
be on AMC.
Yeah, it had to be.
AMC and FX were like the more
Yeah.
adult, and besides
Yeah.
HBO, they're like
Yeah.
on TV doing what they were doing.
Right. You're
But you
right.
can only get away with so much
Very
being
true.
on network TV.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. Like I watched a couple episodes of Preacher, and I actually like they would introduce like certain characters, and I actually thought, man, how are they gonna pull off like such and such? Like because like major stuff the guy did, I'm like, you're not gonna be able to get away with that.
Yeah.
But now, yeah, if it was on Prime, we'd be like, yeah, watch him eat this. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it
Like,
would be. Yeah, they would show
yeah,
it.
they'd be like, yeah, there it is. Look at that. How about that? But anyway, so yeah, Preacher, the show has kind of like walked this line where it's like still trying to tell a good story, but then it's very gratuitous with the violence and the
With Preacher?
gore. No, I'm talking about The Boys.
Wow.
And so I'm just really interested in seeing how it all ends with The Boys.
Yeah.
You know,
And
because
you said they strayed away from the source material a good bit, right?
yeah, they did. I mean, actually, from episode 1, season 1, I was like, well, okay, that's different. Like it starts off kind of the same,
Yeah.
and then like immediately before the episode's over, I'm like, yep, this isn't the same. You know, like just something basic. Like if you're, I mean,
Got it.
it's not even a spoiler, but the boys are what the boys are is they're just like a government group that like kind of like regulates like the superhero population through like blackmail and sometimes just fucking them up. But the reason they're able to stand toe to toe with them is because the boys took Compound V, the things that gives you powers. They
Yeah.
take, and in the show they don't have that. They're just guys that use like
How do they
espionage.
stand a chance?
This is what I'm saying. So from day one, it was like, huh? Like, because when all else failed, they would just show up with crowbars and start kicking people's ass, and
Yeah.
only like the big dogs could stand with them. You know what I mean? Like, but if it was like say like a Spider-Man level hero, they go in there and fuck him up. You know what I mean? But like if it was Superman, they'd be like, we better run. You know.
Yeah.
But so when the show started, then none of them had powers except the female. Like she still had like powers because how her origin, there was no way for them to avoid her having any powers. But otherwise, so I just was just like, huh, okay.
I wonder why they did
Like
that.
I don't know because by season 3, circumstances change. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's like, okay, so you know what I mean? It's just little things like that. But I mean, it's a good show. I enjoyed it, but it definitely, I'm going to watch it, but it's not like, I'm not like,
Yeah. You've never been a boys lover. I will say
nah.
that. You've
Mm-mm.
never, because I know people that love it.
Mm-hmm.
And I also know what else they
And you
like.
asked, yeah, exactly.
But
Like,
you've never been a
yeah,
boys lover.
like Gen V came out, and my first thought was cash grab. That was my first thought.
Me too.
And now everybody's like, oh, but Gen V was a spinoff. For those of you
They
don't
actually say
know,
it's good. They
they
actually
say
say
it's
it's good.
good, and they say it ties into the main story, which
Yeah.
makes me go, well, how? Because now I know you're not sticking to the source material because there is no Gen V type situation in the comic book at all, which is fine. But I'm just saying, I know the point he was trying to make with the comic book series. And the further
Yeah.
away you get from it, I'm like, well, what kind of point are you trying to make with this show? And I'm sure somebody's like, they're just trying to entertain you. I'm like, I get it, but am I not entertained? It's a good question. Am I not
But no,
entertained?
you make a good point. Like he had reasons for writing what he was writing besides
Right,
entertainment.
right, right.
So as long as the story's doing that, I guess respecting that, then we're good.
Yeah.
But if they're just straying away from the themes, then you're getting into some dicey territory.
Yeah, yeah. Like what is this? You
Yeah.
know. So I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see where it all lands. You
Yeah.
know, like even I laugh. People were like, "Oh my gosh, did you watch the episode with Hero Gasm?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I saw that." I'm like, and I thought to myself, Hero Gasm was a 6-issue miniseries in the comics, and it was one episode and for like 30 minutes, and it was nothing like the story that took place in the comic. But it's okay.
Well,
That
adaptations don't have to
they
be.
don't have to. They didn't have to call it Hero Gasm because it wasn't anything like Hero Gasm. Hero Gasm was like this big convention for superheroes that had all these like dark undercurrents to it in the comic, but in the show it was just called. It was literally like a bunch of superheroes in a house doing cocaine and having sex like crazy.
Uh,
Yeah, it was just like I'm pretty sure that was the episode when the dude shrunk down, crawled inside the guy's penis, then he sneezed.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, okay. In that sense, I see that makes more sense than a convention. They probably heard that. They're like, okay, my
Yeah.
brain does not think convention for superheroes with a dark undertone. My
Yeah.
brain goes into
Orgy?
yeah.
Superhero
Yeah.
orgy with
So
cocaine.
I get
Okay.
why they would make that, like, just take that word and be like, okay, let's do our own thing.
That's the
I
writer in
see
you.
that. Yeah, just
Okay, I got you.
like, okay, we're not gonna do that convention stuff, but this is a cool idea.
Okay, no,
This
I
word, and you're getting
Yeah.
influence. Yeah, it's like sampling, I guess,
get what you're saying.
or like music.
Right. No, I get what you're saying.
But
I
I
do.
do get what you're saying. Like they're kind of doing that throughout the show, saying, "Oh, well, I like this idea. Let me take that snippet and just do my own thing."
I do my own thing.
So it's not really the boys adaptation, like the
Yeah.
comic book. It's like influenced, and I
Yeah.
don't know.
I mean, there's one thing they changed that was like so major right out the gate that I was just like, well, let's see where it goes from here.
Yeah, I
And
remember
I'm
you
still,
saying that. Yeah,
yeah, and I'm still wondering, like, what are you guys gonna fucking do now? Like, it's just like, I don't know, basic stuff. Like it was like when I watched Man of Steel, and I still like Man of Steel with Henry Cavill,
yeah.
right until Paul Kent dies, and I'm like, what?
When he
Like,
does that
yeah,
at the
and I'm
tornado.
like, yeah, when Captain America himself, Kevin Costner, dies in a twister, knowing damn well a twister couldn't kill Kevin Costner. Nothing
Yeah.
can.
Yeah,
But
he
but,
pulled out
yeah.
a Desert Eagle,
Yeah,
search it in the
yeah.
tornado.
I heard that Kevin Costner showed up at the set of Moana 2 and smacked the rock. That's what I heard. But I wish. Oh
and
my
said,
God,
"I'm Maui."
that'd be amazing. I'm Maui now.
him in a curly wig.
Yeah, I know. Oh my God. But anyways, yeah, Man, it still like had that moment where I was just
Yeah.
like, God damn it, like you strayed too far away from what it is. And then it got even
Yeah,
worse after that.
It did. I think that
Yeah.
was the breaking point because it wasn't
Yeah.
bad.
No, it wasn't.
I mean, there's some things that people don't like when he saves the kid from the bus and Paul Kent's like, "Yeah, you should have let him die."
Yeah.
So
maybe you
people are
should.
like, "Wait, what? His
Yeah,
father?"
maybe,
Like,
yeah,
there's
maybe
one
you
that
should. Yeah.
shows him what's good and wrong,
Yeah.
like bad and yeah,
Yeah, good and
shows him
bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that was like the first. Wait, what?
Yeah.
But until then, it was still like making
yeah.
sense.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
decent.
It was still Superman. And then,
Yeah.
Paul Kent, yeah, let the tornado kill me because Lord forbid anybody sees you use your
Sees you.
powers.
But
So
they
I'm
won't
like,
even see you because you're a blur.
Hey, but I'm here to tell you, if you had superhuman speed and strength and could fly, and there was a twist, I'd be like, "Yo, buddy, come get me, come get me."
A dozen people outside
Yeah.
too.
You'd be like, "Dad, everybody's looking." I'd be like, "Fuck them people, come, come get
They
me."
wouldn't even see you though.
Yeah,
He would be a blur. We saw him fly.
Yeah,
You can't see that.
They can't. Yeah, but you'll be all right. You'll be all right. Let's go. He was like, "Stay." Yeah, he just did that.
He did. Yeah, he just put
He
his
shook
hand
his
out.
head, and nobody questioned like, why did he do that?
Why did he do that? Yeah, like
he didn't yell for hat. It looked like he was saying, "Wait."
Yeah,
Like,
who's
why?
he? Like we weren't trying to get him.
Yeah, I'd be like, "Come here." Like, why was he saying, "Wait"?
Yeah,
Nobody investigated that. So strange.
Yeah.
And then
That
everybody
was
finds out
the breaking point. That was the breaking
Yeah.
point.
So by the time we got to the end of Superman or Man of Steel, when he broke the dude's neck, it was like, "Oh, and here we go."
Yeah, it was like Zack
Our-
Snyder being
Yeah.
edgy.
Yeah,
He
you know
just-
what would be edgy if Superman breaks his one rule?
Yeah,
Break
Yeah.
this dude's neck.
that
We had to
really
do-
was. He was just like, "Oh, this is gonna be sick,"
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
snaps his neck.
Yeah. Oh, and that was when they were like, we probably should
I
get
don't know
Batman.
about this.
We
Yeah,
probably should get Batman for the sequel. Like, we're-
yeah.
we're like,
We gotta save this.
They're like, why
even
did
that made it even worse.
and
That
they
made you-
somehow
made you-
somehow
You're like, Man of Steel
Yeah.
isn't that bad.
they gave us Batman and Superman, and we were like, and Wonder Woman,
Yeah, and Doomsday
and people were like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Zach was like, I can't do nothing right. Actually, no one ever fucking stopped him to tell him that.
No,
He
yeah, he's
thought
like,
he
"I'm
was
a
killing it.
genius. I'm
He's
a
like,
genius."
she's like, obviously. Look at my numbers. They're like, well, Zach, this is the thing about your numbers. Pre-MCU, those numbers would have been amazing. But now, with the most two most
you have
recognizable,
the two. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Most recognizable heroes.
yeah,
It was
straight up.
Superman, Batman, Spider-Man.
Yeah, and you had
In
two
that
of them.
order.
Yeah, and he somehow was
For
like,
in the same movie
yeah,
for the first time.
yeah, yes,
And it did not
yes,
gross $1 billion.
yes. Oh my god, for the first time
in 80 years
oh,
since their creation, and it
yeah,
did not
he was
gross
like,
$1 billion.
He messed it up.
Meanwhile, what's it called? Grossed over. You can name how many Marvel movies
Oh
that
yeah,
grossed over $1 billion.
I would like to go back to Guardians. You took like 7 characters no one had ever heard of.
Yeah.
And James Gunn
Yeah,
was
it
able to get
box
people.
office hit.
Yeah, people were able to. James Gunn was like, "You want to see this? Do I? Yeah, you do. You do."
Now they have a Disneyland
Yeah,
ride.
I know.
And 10 years ago, no one knew who they were.
No one knew. Oh my god, you're so right. No one knew who they were.
That just clicked in my brain. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, now they are.
That movie
a ride
came
at
out in
Disney.
2014.
Yeah.
And now it is a Disney ride.
Yeah, somebody
And one
out
of
there
the
listening.
better rides.
Somebody out there listening just waited an hour and 15 minutes to get on that damn ride, and you didn't know who they were 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That's deep. That's deep.
That actually is kind of wild.
Yeah. All right, James Gunn. I see you now.
Yeah.
I see you now. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I have faith in whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
Because he does not have for superhero movies, he does not have a miss.
No, he doesn't miss. He doesn't. I don't think he's for everybody, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he is. Maybe he is for everybody.
Maybe.
Maybe. He the only motherfucker I know with a ride at Disney.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like, it's him. He sees J.K. Rowling. She's like, I got a whole land, dog. He's like, give me a minute.
But not at Disney. She had to go to Universal. Disney said no. Disney said no. We don't want that.
Nah, I'm good on that. They're like, nah, I'm good. Butterbeer, I'm good on that shit.
Yeah, they're like, we don't.
No, because if Disney did Harry Potter Land, bud, I guarantee you'd really teleport to Diagon Alley. Like you'd be like, you walk in there and be like, Diagon Alley.
You'd be in the shop.
Yeah, like what just happened?
To get a wand, it starts floating.
Yeah, this whole thing. They'd be like, this wand is 370. I want it. I got to have that.
I need. It's just a stick.
They'd be like, they'd be like, it's unicorn feather. You'd be like, is it? Mom, look at it. It has to be. Disney said it. It has to be.
You're so right.
I'm serious, but Disney is the only place in the world where you can convince people to walk around with a greasy ass turkey leg. And people do it.
Yeah.
People do it. Like,
good.
But this is so good. You got a greasy ass smoked turkey leg in your hand, walking around in 100-degree weather. Think about that. like there's you wouldn't do that at a cookout.
No.
You'd be like, nah, I'm good on that. I'm not doing
giant too.
I saw it at Disney the first time. Me and your mom were like, what are those? Like we were like on a mission, like what are those? And I want one. I was like a giant turkey leg, bud. Yeah, so Disney can make you buy.
Get the turkey for that.
Let's just think a sheer number of turkey legs they go through in a day.
I know.
Like there's some farmer somewhere who just sits back like, I got in good. Walt
I made a deal back in 1955.
I was chilling. You sell turkeys? Nope, just turkey legs. Just turkey legs. He fattens up their legs, and that's it. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, I don't even know how we got onto Disneyland.
I don't know.
Like Superman. I don't even know how we started talking about Superman, to be honest.
I don't know. It happens. I think it's like a stream of consciousness thing where we start talking.
I guess.
And I don't know. But we started with The Boys, and they just kept on snowballing from there. Which neither one of us has watched.
Maybe next week.
Maybe, yeah. I'm going to start it. I mean, One Piece is just ridiculously taken over, but I have to start watching some other stuff. I have to. Like, I think I'm just going to slow down, and I'll get there before the year's over, and try to watch some other stuff. Because
it's been almost a year since you started.
Well, yeah, I should be September. So I if I continue with my pace, I'll finish in September. It'll be a year.
Okay.
So, but it's just, I'm missing out. Like Godzilla Minus is on Netflix right now.
Yeah.
And and I haven't watched it, and I've been like wanting to. So, and yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna have to start watching some stuff. Like, I mean, House of Dragon comes out at 9 o'clock,
I know.
Eastern time, and I'm not
I'm
watching it.
ready.
Yeah, I'm not watching it tonight, but I'm watching it
Uh,
tomorrow for show. Like, I
yeah,
can't watch it tonight. I gotta get up too early, but I'm gonna watch that tomorrow without a doubt. Like,
yeah.
mm. You know who's gonna be sorely missed though is the King.
I
He
know.
was such a strong character.
He was
Yeah.
good.
House of Dragons season one is a show that I'm very happy to see come back. Well, not season
Me-
one, but House of Dragons.
Yeah, yeah.
House of the
Dragons.
Dragon.
House of the
Yeah,
Dragon.
House of the Dragon is I'm very excited for it to come back. I'm very excited. So
Me too. Me too.
yeah, um, and it's cool because I think I told you I haven't read those books. Whereas with the original Game of Thrones, I read the books.
Uh,
So I
don't you
kind of
have that book though?
yeah, I have the book is based on. I think I read the first chapter when we were on vacation. Like,
Yeah,
last time we went to,
fi-
like, to the beach.
like 5 years
Yeah,
ago or something.
yeah.
No,
So
that was like 2 years ago, 3.
yeah, it
Yeah,
was. Hey, but that's one of my top 10 favorite vacations, even though it was so crazy. But
yeah,
anyways, as for our fans, we booked a trip to the beach, and somebody misread the hotel accommodations, so we ended up in this tiny ass room. Me, Julius, his mother, and his sister. It was like we could like reach across the beds and touch each
yeah.
other.
It
It
was
was so
small.
ridiculous. But I loved it though. It was because, like, I mean, for one, we didn't spend all our time in a room for sure. But then I don't know, I don't know, just something about the chaos of it made me laugh. Remember how your sister and your mom would just like obliterate the bathroom with all their stuff. Like, I'd be like, what
Yeah,
is all this stuff? Like, how is this
it'd
possible?
be
These two
hot,
women.
all hot
Yeah,
and steamy,
yeah.
and
I'm like, come on.
after the
They
shower. Yeah,
took all the towels. I was like, man,
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, that was a cool vacation. That was a cool
It
vacation.
was.
But yeah, but that's when I was reading Blood and Fire. That's the book.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Blood
it.
and Fire. And but even that was it was good. I just, that was before your mother started reading. Like, if I tried to read that book now, she'd probably let me read the whole thing because she'd be reading something. Back then, your mother hadn't started like reading. So when I would try
Yeah.
to read, she'd be babe, 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 babe. Yeah. But yeah. So I'll be watching that. Remember Arcane,
Yeah,
the Netflix show? Another trailer dropped for season 2 of that, which is coming later in the year.
a actual trailer. I didn't even see the first one. I didn't know two trailers
Teaser. It was
dropped.
like it was like a couple months ago.
Oh,
And
I
now
didn't
they
know
just
that.
dropped the actual trailer. It looks good. It's the only season. They're not doing another one. This is the only season they're doing. Yeah.
Dang. Well,
I
I'd
was
rather
like,
have that than
yeah,
nothing at all or dragging it on.
yeah. They were like the
I'm
final.
gonna have to watch that after.
They said the final season. I'm like, final season. This is season 2. What the hell?
I know.
So yeah, I was like,
They
final.
probably did that because they left us with such a cliffhanger with the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
season.
That
Wait,
show
tell
was
the
good.
people what Arcane even is.
Yeah, Arcane is a animated show. It's a cartoon on Netflix
Yeah,
based on the game League of Legends, right?
correct. That which is an
Which
MMORPG.
what is that? Massively mobile
It's like
online
it's like
role playing game or something?
yeah, it's like
Oh yeah,
massive
massively multiplayer.
multiplayer online role playing game. It's a very nerdy game.
And I know one person that still plays it. I mean, I don't know. I've
Who?
never really asked
Wait,
anybody
don't
if
tell me right now, but tell me later who plays it.
oh, so it's a guy I work with. It's a guy I work with.
Oh, okay.
They were like, yo, Kyle's he's all into that. He's been playing it for like 15 years. I was like, what?
Jeez.
He's been playing it since like the beginning.
Yeah, it was huge
So
back
I
when it
asked him,
first came out.
so I asked him, because this one dude was playing it on his phone. And I was like, that's not it. He's like, no, it's like a knockoff. I was like, then you're not playing the real thing. So
Yeah,
you're
there's
playing like
knockoffs of
I
it.
mean
There's so many knockoffs of it.
yeah. So, so but Kyle actually plays it. So
Yeah,
shout out to my man DJ 90. So yeah, he plays it. But
it wasn't my type of game to be honest.
really,
Yeah, those
nah.
aren't my type of games. It's like the click and drags. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, it's
and
bird's
like
eye view, and it's like
in turn based probably.
no, it's not turn based. I don't know. I honestly, I can't even judge it because I never gave it a fair chance. I just know I tried it one time. I said, I don't like this.
Mm. You're like, I'm good. I am good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I hear you. What you
Wait. The Star Wars Acolyte.
that's what I was gonna say. You're
Oh,
watching
okay.
it. You're watching Acolyte, correct?
Yes. I think the most hated thing on TV right now.
So crazy. So crazy. But
Yeah.
tell the people about it, please. Cause I
Okay.
mean,
Yeah, okay.
you know.
I think last week episode we mentioned it a little bit, but to recap, Star Wars Acolyte is Disney's new Star Wars show, and it's based 100 years before, the saga that we know and love.
Luke
And
Skywalker.
yeah, the Skywalker saga. It's based 100 years before that, and just follows uh these Jedi that start follows someone that's killing these Jedi. And episode 3 just aired, and I mean, it was never loved when it first started, but episode 3 made it a very much hated show, which isn't surprising because people just hate Star Wars in general. The new stuff, I mean, it's not hard to make them mad.
I was talking to Sergi about it, and he
Yeah.
he had watched the first episode, maybe the second, and I told him what you had said. Like, they were solid. He's like, yeah. He said, I said, well, I hear the third is when things change. But we started talking about Star Wars fans and Star Wars lore. And it's like, I was working with a guy and he said something to me about being a Star Wars fan, but he's not a fan of the new stuff because they're trying to make the protagonist. And he started getting into that whole like the people how Star Wars fans hate the female, how basically anything female in Star Wars they
Yeah.
hate. And if you change something that never had a clear set of rules to begin with, they get mad. and
Yeah.
and so, but I like cut him off because I said, look, man, if you took everything Ray did in the new trilogy and made it a guy, nobody would be saying shit. He was just like, yeah, you're probably right. I said, I know
That
I'm
is
right.
true. Yeah, that is true.
It just makes me laugh. Like they obviously spend too much time in their basement and they obviously like are getting mad about something that doesn't have a clear set of rules and they should get a girlfriend because like look, like Star Wars is Star Wars
True.
and the Force is the Force.
Which has
But
no
none of us know
rules.
has no rules. Like it's like I mean, if the Force has rules, half the things that we've seen throughout Star Wars don't make any sense.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense, like straight up. And why
Yeah.
doesn't like it's just stuff like that? You can use the Force to jump real far, but you can levitate objects. Well, you just levitate yourself. Like they just do random shit and call it the Force. It's just whatever, and it's cool. That's how it has to be, But people get mad when basically like if a girl does anything. I mean, it's just crazy. It's just,
Well, to be
just,
fair,
it's just crazy.
the sequels weren't good. They weren't good.
They weren't good, but that was like one of the issues.
I
And
shouldn't. I should honestly say the Rise of Skywalker is the only bad one. Last Jedi messes with the lore, whatever. Rise of Skywalker was a mess, and as together as a trilogy, it was not coherent.
It's just
made no sense.
I was at the restaurant today for lunch with and they had Force Awakens on, so I'm watching it while I'm eating and stuff, and I'm watching it.
Very random movie for
they had that on, and then they had a soccer game on. It was crazy, but I was just like, okay, so I'm looking at it, and I was like, huh. So I text Sergi, hey, I'm at this restaurant at Force Awakens. I said, these motherfuckers were blowing up planets.
they
blew up 4 planets at once, 3 or 4.
Oh, like they really did. Yeah,
they blew up inhabited planets. Those people didn't know what was coming. They were on their balconies, like, what's going on? Oh my gosh. I said, that's crazy. And the next movie, they were like the Keystone Cops, like they were they were like a joke. Like if you think about Force Awakens, that scene before they like launched the whatever planet destroying beam was, he's like mini Hitler giving this crazy speech. He's all passionate and it's all like rah, rah, rah. And then in Force Awakens, he's literally a joke. He's a joke.
No, that wasn't. Oh,
I
No,
mean,
that
sorry.
wasn't Force
No, and no,
Awakens.
listen, no, it's my messed up. In Force Awakens, rah rah rah, he's the shit.
Yeah,
Last Jedi, he becomes a joke. And he becomes a joke in Last Jedi in the first 5 minutes.
he
Like the first
does
five
too.
minutes, he becomes a joke, and he only gets worse as the series goes on.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy.
I
They had
don't know
no
why
idea what
they
they
did
wanted to
that.
do. They
Yeah,
had no
yeah,
idea. Like, and then I got to see the scene where Ray finds the lightsaber and Obi-Wan says, this is your first steps.
yeah.
And
They
so
even
so you
brought
know
him
me,
to say that. What's his
yeah,
name?
like Ewan McGregor.
Ewan. Yeah, Ewan McGregor. Yeah.
So I pull my phone out and I Google who was Ray's father actually supposed to be, because it ended up being Palpatine was like her grandfather.
Yeah.
And so
From
I look it up, and
BS.
they said that it actually was supposed to be Obi-Wan. And
Who said that?
Ray said that, not Ray. Dylan, what's her name? Uh,
Oh,
what's her
Daisy
name?
Ridley.
Daisy Ridley said it.
I
And
think that's her name.
but then they were having an issue like managing the timeline where how could she be Obi-Wan's child? Like Obi-Wan's been dead for how long? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah, like 50 years.
maybe, and then they were saying maybe Obi-Wan had a child and he knew it was strong with the Force and hid it away, and then Ray, I don't know, but yeah, but
They
that
could have
whole
did the same thing and just made it a
yeah,
granddaughter.
a granddaughter, just like it was with Palpatine, but you know,
Yeah, it was a mess.
they
They didn't have a plan. They did not have a plan going into the
yeah.
episode 9.
So, and now here we are years later with these new series, and you have shows like The Acolyte and what the
Which, yeah, can I talk
yeah. Go
about it?
ahead.
Because I was on the side where the first 2 episodes were decent. They weren't
Mhm.
good, but they were still an enjoyable watch, and it was an interesting premise where I would continue to watch it just because I like Star Wars. If there was anything
Yeah,
else, no, I wouldn't watch it. But it was Star Wars, so I was gonna watch it.
yeah,
And then episode 3 came out, and it was funny just watching it because I texted you. I
yeah,
said that the child actors in that episode throughout, they were the main characters in that episode 3. They were on the
yeah.
level as little Annie in
Little
Phantom
Annie,
Menace.
which is just bad.
It
That's
was
the
bad.
epitome of bad child acting.
They
Wow.
they were bad. I saw a video before I watched the episode. They're like, yeah, the acting was bad, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna watch it myself. And I was like, oh wow, this is bad. I was like,
Wow.
this acting is bad. I don't know why they were casted. I was like, are they the
Wow.
uh only 10-year-old black twins actors
In
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 America?
Hollywood, in America, in the world.
Because they casted them and it was rough.
I mean, it could have been worse. They could have
Oh
called. They could have
man.
called Northwest. They could have called Northwest, and she could have,
I'm
showed
surprised.
up.
Yeah.
Okay,
They
yeah. Was
did.
she? Were they better or worse than Northwest in Lion King?
Um they're better. There were some moments where I was like, okay, they're
Okay, okay,
trying.
okay.
They're
Yeah,
trying.
they tried.
But
Yeah, 'cause Northwest was
man,
bad. Yeah,
yeah, she was bad. But
yeah.
this was bad. And then that aside, I can set aside bad acting. They're just I know there's only for this episode, but they broke a major lore thing, like established lore.
No, go
So
ahead. You
that
can
had everyone
spoilers.
mad.
Yeah, spoilers, please. What did they do? What did they do?
So these girls are it was a flashback episode, by the way. And these
Mhm.
girls are like with this covenant, basically. They call them witches
The
and they
coven.
use the
Okay.
force, which I'm not gonna lie, I like the idea of, oh, there's people that are force sensitive and are doing their own thing. Like they're not all
Right.
gonna be Jedi. And they
Right.
have beef. I
Yeah.
guess the
Yeah.
Jedi like hunted them and they had to
Yeah.
like run away and be in
Yeah.
hiding.
Yeah.
Because the
Which I can see.
Jedi,
My
yeah,
way or the highway.
I like the idea of the Jedi aren't always good,
Yeah.
or like,
Hmm.
yeah, like you said, my way or the highway. So it's just witch covenant, and I thought that was an interesting idea. Like, oh yeah, it's a whole galaxy.
Yeah.
There
It's a
would be
galaxy.
people
Yeah.
that don't want to
Yeah.
do. It's
Yeah.
like I was honestly looking at it like religion. Like, look at all the
Yeah.
different factions of
Right.
that.
Right.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
people that believe in the Force. We already seen it with what's it called? Star Wars Rogue One with like the Jedi people, the Jedi Temple with the people that
Yes.
weren't
Yes.
Jedi but believed in
Yes.
it.
Yes.
So if
Yes.
other people were just like, I'm gonna do my own thing with this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting. The
I
problem
dig it.
was the main girls are twins. They're force sensitive. They're doing like a Cain and Abel thing. Like one was obviously good
Mm-hmm.
and one was bad, like right off from the bat. But they're like doing this ritual to become they're like of age to become one of the witches. Anyway, later down the line, the Jedi show up and they're like, uh, we gotta give them this test. You know, they're force sensitive, and the one wants to. So they're like, okay, we'll let them do the test because she wants to. And then the main witches were having a meeting, and they said, what are you gonna do? What do you think the Jedi are gonna do when they find out how the girls were born? Because they don't have a father.
Mm,
The one bore the kids, right? The
right.
other one used the force to create them.
Oh,
So that had fans very upset because if you
why?
don't know, that's how Anakin was born, and he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
the chosen one.
He was the chosen
So
one.
it's
Yeah.
like, wait, this was happening 100 years ago. It was supposed to be a huge deal for he's the chosen
Yeah.
one, like he was literally made from the Force.
Yeah.
And this one,
That's what
and
made
these
him
two
so
girls,
powerful. Yeah.
yeah, these two girls, which present day, neither one of them are even Jedi. The other one didn't even make it past Padawan. She dropped
Oh,
out. So it's like
yeah. Okay,
people
but
are
I
upset
have I
about
have
that.
something to say.
I also do. What were you gonna
Okay,
say?
you go ahead then, because I talk too much. So go ahead.
I was gonna say this. I understand why people are mad. It does kind of taint that he was the chosen one thing with Anakin. On the other hand, he was straight force mom. Like mom wasn't force sensitive, it was just like force mom.
To the listeners out here, this is my son speaking. I don't even have to talk now. Get him. Get him.
It was straight force mom, which, you know, is still dumb. I still think it's dumb. Whatever. And in this case with the twins, it was force user, another force user, whatever they did, whatever which ritual they did, they made it themselves.
Thank you, buddy.
The chemistry. So
Thank you,
that's a
buddy.
difference.
Not the same. Not the same.
Not the same.
Right,
Not
right,
the same. It is not
right.
the same. And I think people were just mad, like you
Yep.
said.
Yep.
Nerds being mad because the witch covenant is a whole bunch of women. And
And they're brown. Are
the
they brown?
twins are woman and brown. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, the main witch, even the adult witch was brown too.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
so that's a double whammy.
double whammy. Double
And
whammy.
the she was a lesbian.
Oh, oh,
Triple
they're
whammy.
just triple whammy. Whoo, anything else?
Yeah, I honestly
Jeez.
saw a TikTok of a podcast talking about the episode, and they said Star Wars is doing this on purpose to not help the cause because they know people will hate it. So they're like, okay, we're gonna make this so people hate it, and we won't have to do it again. They're like
That's
purposely
messed up.
writing these characters that people will hate.
I mean, they do a hell of a job of
They
making some
do
characters
it
you
for
hate.
every show. They
They
do it, and
do
it's
it.
like,
No, they do
and
it
it's like,
every
how do
other.
you do?
They do
Yeah,
it
it's
every
like
other. They were like, we're gonna hit you with Andor,
Obi
and then we're
Wan
gonna hit you with Obi-Wan,
had what's it called, Riva or whatever.
Reva. Well, that's the thing. It's always a woman, and it's usually a
Yeah,
minority. It's just like, watch
yes,
this. We're gonna
hmm
make you hate this person so bad they don't want to act anymore.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's like
Because I'm not
crazy.
saying I'm not I am not saying they deserve the hate. I'm saying the character that they write is annoying, and then the whoever's complaining doubles down because they are what they are.
They are what they are.
So it's messed up. But I'm just like, why they keep writing characters like this?
Buddy.
That's me. I'm gonna step off my soapbox now.
Well, nah, I mean, it's like you wonder. Well, no, I can't even say that because Acolytes has been in the works for how long?
I don't know, honestly. A
I
minute.
mean,
A minute.
and you know, Kathleen Kennedy, she ain't, she ain't, changing
She
course.
thinks she's working on Star Trek.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah. She
all this
just like
time.
she just like keeps doing what she wants, and she doesn't
Yeah.
care. Like, you know what I'm saying? She doesn't care like what people are saying. Like she thinks her vision is the vision. and it keeps making. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know when she's gonna get the boot. I don't know, but
Been in command now for 12 years.
yeah, yeah. But but I don't know. I mean, but for every time she does this, like the next one will be something else, and it might be the shit. You
Yeah.
know, Dave Filoni's just back there chomping at the bit, like, come on, woman, like, just
Yeah.
give me my moment, so I can make this all right.
Yeah, for real.
But they just won't do it. So
Another thing that kind of breaks lore, just to say the show isn't all perfect, is in the first episode. I think the first scene, she does say a Jedi only pulls out their lightsaber if they're prepared to kill. And people were like, what? And just replayed every scene where a Jedi used the lightsaber and they did not, like, weren't even fighting someone.
well, for one, I get what she's saying though. It's not a toy, you know. If you're looking
Yeah.
at it in the basic way that you handle a sword, it's to be the same thing. It's not a toy. And for two, all those clips of people using their lightsabers came after she said that. Not before. Technically,
Okay, okay, I guess the schooling could change.
yeah. So I
I
mean, but the
guess you're
idea
right.
of like don't pull this out unless you plan on using it, like they're gonna teach you how to. I feel like they would teach you like what it's actually for before they teach you like, oh yeah, and you can like cut a hole in the ground with this too. But
Yeah.
that's just me, like
Okay, I never thought of that.
yeah. So I'm okay with that too.
That's
But
fair. Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Playing
people, I'm telling
devil's
you,
advocate.
well, I mean, people, I mean, I haven't even watched the show. I
No,
might watch
people,
it.
it's no, it's still enjoyable. Even like the cheesiness of the third episode,
Yeah.
it was cheesy and it was poorly acted. Do not get me wrong. It was a tough watch, but it was funny.
It was funny. Did it mean
Like,
to be funny?
no,
Yeah.
no. There's a chant that they do, and it was
Yeah.
bad. It just wasn't even like it was just bad. It was just like you couldn't have any other lyrics for this chant. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't in the same rhythm or cadence or anything. It was like, you know what I
What?
mean? I'm gonna say it.
Go ahead.
They said the power of one, the power of two, the power of many. And that's how they say
What?
it. That's how they say it
What?
too. They say
What?
the power of
Yeah.
one, the
Yeah.
power of
Oh,
two,
dude.
the
The
power
power.
of many.
Yeah.
I'm not
That's.
kidding. That's how they say it.
I'm not feeling that.
And they say
That's.
it like 3 times. I was like, what?
What? Oh. Hey,
No
but that's.
rhythm, no
Shut
rhyme.
up.
Like, I'm not
Shut
saying it
up.
has to
Yeah.
rhyme,
Just.
but
But
like,
yeah,
couldn't
something.
think of anything
That's just
else.
like somebody was talking. Was like, you know what? The power of one, the
Yeah,
power of two, the power many, the power of
many,
many.
many. Yeah,
Yeah, they were like,
it was bad.
that's our creed, that's our code. We're going to chant that now.
That was for the covenant. Yeah,
Oh,
that was during the ceremony.
oh, but it's funny.
Yeah.
Remember the OA?
Oh,
Remember that show,
you
the OA?
watched? I didn't watch it, but yeah,
Your mom watched it,
on
and
Netflix. Yeah,
Yolanda watched it.
yeah,
They do this weird like dance ritual thing,
yeah. I thought it
and
was a weird show.
and I didn't watch the whole thing, but at the end, like there's this like climactic scene, spoilers, and your mom was like, because all the people involved, it's like a group of random people, some young, some old, male, female, whatever, and they all learn this thing to use this power. They can do it in unison and make something happen, but they've never done it. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So some shit goes down, and your mom was like, "Oh, they're gonna do that dance." And when you see it, it's like I saw it and was like, yeah, if I'd have been watching this from the start, this would make way more. This would make it'd be way more
Yeah,
compelling. But right now, this looks weird as hell.
yeah.
Like,
That's fair.
so,
That's
yeah,
fair.
you know what I mean. So yeah. Oh my goodness, the power of many.
It's that it's
Stop,
watch the show just to get to
stop.
that
I'm gonna
point.
be saying that for like a week. Just terribleness. I'll be saying that for a week. The
Um,
power of man.
another thing. This is a different show. Another Disney thing that's getting hate. I want to hear your thoughts on it. This
Oh,
is just to get
please.
a rouse out of you. I'm not
I
gonna
know
lie.
this is what you do. This is what you do, man. Go
So
ahead.
X-Men 97, we all
Okay.
know and love the
Okay.
cartoon, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, never
It was
missed
a
a step.
great surprise.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Yeah. Now one thing. in that finale was a certain character confessing their feelings for another character.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The character
Morph.
Morph saying
Yeah.
he loves Wolverine,
Yeah. Yeah.
and people were not happy about that.
Are you serious? You know what, bud? I'm not even going to get triggered, man.
Even the showrunner had said something recently about the hate that I was getting.
Because
But
the
I just
character who can be any gender they want to be, literally at any time, told Wolverine that they love him. Oh my gosh, people. But don't do this to me. We're losing. We're going to lose 95% of our fans. Listeners will be like, "That's it. He got political." I'm not going to get political, but goddamn, people, like goddamn.
they were mad.
Shut
I
up.
didn't even know more. I didn't even
Stop.
know Morph as a character till the show.
I know, and now they're mad.
And
'Cause
they're mad. They're like, you how are you gonna change a character that someone else created? And I'm like, whoa, he's like a
whoa,
C-list character.
he's like a Z-list character. He's
Yeah.
literally a character from a 1992 cartoon that had my favorite characters, and I didn't watch it. That's how Z-list. So
Yeah.
now he's like,
I'm not
shows
gonna
up.
lie, I actually do like his like concept.
Oh no,
of
Morph
him.
is cool as a shape changer. He's the dude.
Yeah.
They're the dude. See, excuse me. It's funny because Morph can change into anything or anybody. Right?
Yeah. Have their
So
characteristics and whatnot.
and in 1992, Morph's pronouns were he and him and all that stuff. But now it's a different time, people, and things have changed. And you know, I'm sorry to say it, but especially a fictitious character who can, like I said, be any gender that they choose to be. If they want to say they and their, I guess you're just gonna have to live with it because this is how it goes. I mean, come on, I don't even know. I just don't even know anymore. I don't. People get mad about the dumbest shit.
I just want to know because you're a lifelong X-Men fan.
I
So
am. And
just wanna
well,
know.
so you want to know my thoughts on that? That doesn't bother me. I mean, it makes sense. Everybody loves Wolverine, you know.
That
so
is true.
so
Yeah.
so I mean, he's Mr. Take Your Girl, Mr. Steal Your Girl. so I mean, hell, Cyclops was in there asking him not to die too because he knows Jean loves him.
Yeah. He was too. He's
Yeah,
like,
he
don't
was.
do this to her. I'm
Don't
like,
do
oh,
this. I was like, damn,
oh,
I'd be like, die,
that's your
motherfucker, die.
wife.
That's my woman. Yeah. This is. Hey, I've been waiting. I'd be like, I've been waiting years for this.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're gonna finally be out the picture. Stop trying to take what's mine.
He really did say that too.
Yeah, he's like, don't you do it? I was like, damn, Jean Grey must be like, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just and what's funny, those are probably the same people who are mad about. You heard about Nightcrawler, like how he was conceived, right?
No.
This just came out too as canon. So Mystique, she's a shapeshifter as well. People who are familiar with the old X-Men movies, she can change shapes, male or female. Well, Mystique had a longtime lover named Destiny, and Destiny was a woman. So what do you think happened? Mystique turned into a guy, got Destiny pregnant, and that's how they had Nightcrawler.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah. So
that was new. That was a new origin.
That was actually Chris Claremont's original idea, but this was in the 80s. So they were like, yeah, just wait, we'll do that later. We'll do that later. And now they finally did it. His original idea, they finally made it canon. And
because originally she was the mom, right?
She was the mom, yeah. And
who was the dad?
And
they didn't know.
The dad was supposed to be some demon,
and
some demon mutant. And but now they finally changed it, and it was Destiny. So I'm like, that's cool. Like, I mean, and not even
now they really can't say anything.
Yeah,
because Claremont was like, yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
That's what he wanted to do.
The guy that created
the guy who created them all. Yeah, all of them.
Yeah.
This was my plan, bitches. I mean, the fact that he had Mystique have a female lover in the 80s, yeah, that was her woman. So it was just like, I mean, but she's a shapeshifter. Mystique actually had kids herself, like, because she got pregnant and had a kid to Sabretooth, but yeah, who wasn't a mutant. So, but was born with no X gene, so yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, but anyways, so and think about that, and this is the thing for, like, I mean, X-Men 97, people being mad about Morph. X-Men has always been a parable, an analogy, a metaphor for minorities, whether it's blacks, Hispanics, gays, whatever, transgender. That's what it was. They've always been a metaphor for that. Chris Claremont made that clear 30 years ago, and at its best, that's what it is. At its best, at its worst, it's just another superhero book, But if you're distant, I mean, there have been times where Chris Claremont went so far with it that it was like one of his most controversial lines was Kitty Pryde was in the 80s. I think it was issue 210, no 206 maybe. She's in a subway. Kitty Pryde's a mutant. And in the comic book, everybody despises mutants because they're mutants. They just hate them. It's like, it's like being it's like being black, being gay, being whatever, Mexican, being whatever. It's just people are just like that.
Yeah.
And it's fucked up. So, anyways, this black guy approaches. This is in the comic, and it's like one of the most controversial lines ever written. And it said, and this guy like, she phases through something and he sees her and he goes, "What are you, a mutie?" And she goes, "I don't know." She's like, "Are you a right?"
She says it.
Yeah, in the comic. And it leads to this debate with him. You know what I mean? And I was like, and I remember being a kid being like, "Mom," like,
I can't believe you said that on the show.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think I should have said,
you should
N-word,
it out.
if I'd have said N-word, I'd have been annoyed later for saying she said, "Are you an N-word?" Sometimes you gotta say N-word, and sometimes you just gotta say the word.
Okay.
I mean me.
But that is surprising they wrote that.
Yeah, it was in the book. So it was really controversial because it's always like that time Chris Claremont used the N-word is like why it's so controversial. But I'm always like, but I get what he was trying to do with that. Like he was saying, like, to her, I mean, mutants aren't real, but for sake of story, he's like, for her, saying that to her is the equivalent of somebody saying that to a black, and that's the point he was trying to make. But all people got caught up in was the fact that he used the word, and I'm like, oh my god, like I was in like 80 some, but so it's always been that with the X-Men. So people that call themselves X-Men fans and they're bothered by that, you're an idiot for two reasons, at least. One, because you're bothered by it. One, because you're bothered by it, and two, because you think you're a real X-Men fan and you're obviously not. So, yeah. So thanks, bud. Thanks.
You're welcome.
20% of our listeners were like, "I'm out."
Yeah.
Talking
they didn't
about
even
that.
Make it this far.
He talking about that stuff again.
I came here for drink of the week and
a little slice of life.
I want your note.
Yeah, no, nothing about equality. I got your equality right. I ain't sharing nothing. Do it on your own. Anyways, so this just in. I didn't know about this. Like, I think I knew about it and forgot. I don't know, but I was just sniffing around the internets.
Okay.
Two things happened. Jordan Peele of Us and Nope and Get Out fame, met with Marvel.
Really?
Recently. Yeah. Don't know about what,
but
I found that to be very interesting. Because you know what else happened?
What?
Blade lost his director.
What? Who was the director?
I'm not sure, but
that movie's been a mess.
Well, I'm thinking the new director might be Jordan Peele.
That would make sense. That would be really cool. He could save it because right now it's a mess.
Yeah, and he's good with a weird type of suspense.
Yeah,
and Marvel, when they're minority directors with their minority characters, I ain't mad at them for it.
They make them good.
Yeah, they're like, "We need your voice for this." Okay, I'll take it. Yeah. So
he could save it because he had like, what's his face, what's his name, the main guy, the Marcel.
He is ready to leave. Yeah, Marcel.
He like had him rewrite the script. He's like, this is trash.
It was trash. Like, I just want to.
He's like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, I'm not doing this trash.
So
they were like, "Yeah, you gonna bite the guy in the neck?" He was like, "No, I'm not."
And say, "I'm Blade."
Like, I'm a Blackula. I only kill Blackulas.
Honestly, knowing Jordan Peele, he'd do homage to that, like a scene from Blackula.
Something from Blackula. Oh my
Like
god,
a
I'd be
homage. Yeah, like
died.
only if you
Yeah,
watch that, if you're a fan
yeah,
of that movie, you
yeah.
would
You'll
know.
get the joke. Oh, that'd be dope.
If he does do that, cool.
Yeah,
If it's
I
anything
just
else, I'm like, eh.
yeah. I
Just
was
because
surprised.
they're so, you don't really have a voice, you know?
Well, yeah. See, that's the only thing is like remember he had that Twilight Zone show,
Yeah, yeah.
um, and it didn't do well.
People didn't like it.
But I also wonder how much creative control he had over it because it was the
Yeah,
Twilight Zone, and it's not. That's not him.
on
He
like
does not.
CBS or something.
Yeah. So it's
Because he proved after that he was still making good stuff.
yeah. It wasn't him so
Yeah,
much as the studio.
yeah.
So
And he
we
just
shall
produced
see.
Monkey Paw, so or Monkey Man.
He did, and I want to see that. Your cousin Ruben saw it.
Yeah.
He
He
said it
said it
was
was
good.
good.
He
Yeah.
said he actually said you and Julius would like it. And I said, would we?
And now, yeah.
I was like, that's very
Yeah, I gotta
specific.
watch that. Yeah.
Yeah, I had wanted to see that. So
Me too. It had a short release, so
yeah. Yeah, it did. It did. That's strange. Dev Patel. I feel like Dev Patel. I wish he would get his due, you know. 'Cause he's good. He's good.
he is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
you're in thought.
I
You're
was
like,
just thinking maybe if he just continues this route, he'll finally get his due.
hmm,
Because Hollywood isn't casting him and stuff.
they're not. Isn't that crazy? What's because they try to
Yeah.
throw him in everything right off after Slumdog, and that
Yeah.
never fucking works,
Never
man. It
works.
never
Yeah.
works.
Never. And then
Yeah.
he had like that one good movie, Lion. It was solid. It
Yeah.
was like a
Yeah.
heartfelt movie. He was good in it. And then
Oh,
nothing really after that. So
yeah. He did the one, was that the Life of Pi? Was that him? No,
no.
that wasn't.
Yeah,
I actually
I don't know who that was because I don't think that person did anything.
I read the book and then I watched the movie and I was actually pleased with both of them.
Oh, that movie was cool. Had some good visual stuff.
Oh, this just in. Daisy Ridley was invited to breakfast with Kathleen Kennedy. Daisy
Okay.
Ridley, as you know, played Rey in the last Star Wars trilogy.
So they're still doing this thing.
So they're doing another Rey Skywalker film, but she says, as far as she knows, it's not a trilogy, it's just one movie
Yeah.
until it makes $1
Do
billion.
a TV special.
Until it makes $1 billion, and then it'll be
Yeah.
another fucking trilogy. They're like, we gotta hurry up. I just told the dude I worked with on yesterday that Star Wars wasn't originally a trilogy, and he was like, "What?" I said, "No, he wrote New Hope." I said, and then they
It's
made so
common
much
knowledge
money.
now.
Yeah, I said they made so much money, he had to try to make it work. And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah." I said, "You can see the inconsistencies in the story if you just watch
Yeah.
them." I said, just even the fact that I said, when he originally said your father's name was Anakin Skywalker, and then he talked about Darth Vader. Darth Vader wasn't supposed to be his dad. He
No.
was. I was like, he called
No.
him. I said, in the Sith and all that stuff, that was later. I said, Darth Vader was his name. Like Darth was his first name, Vader was his last name.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan called him Darth when they fought. And to this day,
Yeah.
I'm like, he called him Darth. He didn't call
Yeah.
him Vader.
He would have called him Vader.
He'd have called him Vader because Darth
Yeah.
became a title. If
Yeah.
you were a Sith, you were Darth, whatever. So he would have never called him Darth. So yeah. Yeah, but it's all made up. So
It
does
is.
does it matter if you made it up
I
when
w-
you were 8 or if you made it up 2 weeks ago? It kind of
Yeah.
does, but it kind of doesn't.
Yeah, someone has more excuses.
Yeah.
I will say since going to Disneyland, it really hit. It's like, oh yeah, they're doubling down on this. Like this stuff you said just reboot it. No, that's never gonna happen. They
Yeah.
put millions of dollars into this ride.
Yeah.
They cement the whole Star Wars land is the Disney stuff they created.
That's
They are never washing this away.
but
Everything they do is gonna be their stuff.
you told me that's crazy. You
Yeah.
said no, it's all the new stuff. I was like,
Everything,
fact that-
even but
this is
or even the merch they sell.
but
It's
this is
all
what's
New
funny.
Republic.
I've heard a billion reviews about, not a billion, but I've heard multiple reviews about Disneyland and Star Wars. What's it called? Star Wars Experience or
Galaxy's
Star-
Edge, Star Wars Resistance.
Galaxy's-
That's the ride. Star
and
Wars
not
Rise of the
one person,
Resistance.
not one person's ever said that. You're the first
Really?
person. I don't think anyone's noticed. I think you're the first person to
Oh,
notice.
don't get me wrong. It's amazing. Like if you're a Star Wars
Yeah.
fan, go see it because it feels like you're on that planet,
Yeah. But
you
that's the
know?
thing. But you definitely you figured out that,
Oh, I just knew it from
yeah.
right off the stormtroopers or whatever. I don't even know what they're called, what it's called.
Yeah. First,
Oh, First
whatever.
Order, yeah.
Yeah. See,
Like
that's
everything is
crazy.
a new, like every merch they sell, even like the pilot hats for the Resistance pilot hats. Like
Yeah.
even which looks exactly like the original trilogy, but slightly altered. But
Slightly.
everything is the new, what's it called?
The New Order
New trilogy.
trilogy. Okay.
And on to be fair, they could make a whole park just based on the Star Wars planets and whatnot.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But I don't know if it's ego or rights or what that they don't do any old stuff.
Yeah. That's interesting because that's the shit everybody wants. But
Yeah.
maybe it's easier not to have somebody walking around like they're Luke Skywalker. I mean, seriously, because I don't know. Kids they be like, that ain't Luke. but I,
Nah.
I, I don't know. I don't know. I don't
No, they
know.
don't. I don't see the people. I only see the troopers and then they have Kylo Ren and his helmet walk around.
Is a shirt on? Like
Yeah. Yeah, it's
when he
not
was
shirtless.
when he was shirtless with his pants up to his fucking
Yeah.
nipples, I was like, what
That was a
in the hell?
meme.
Yeah, I was like,
People
what?
like distorted it to make him look
Yeah, like
short. Yeah.
I was like, what? Like
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, why do you think this was okay? This is not okay. But you know,
Yeah.
mm,
Who knows?
mercy.
That's all I have.
That's all you have?
We went on a
Yeah,
little Star Wars rant today.
yeah. I mean, a little
Little
bit.
fan rant.
Yeah, yeah. We did end up back on Star Wars. It's funny because Dwayne the Rock Johnson has been untouched for like weeks.
Weeks.
We haven't. He hasn't done anything stupid. I think he finally got the point.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
just
he was losing some fans, so he had to lay
yeah, like
low.
stop being dumb.
Yeah.
But did you we'll see. He'll probably do something stupid tomorrow.
Yeah.
Did you did we talk about Wizard of Oz last week? Or did we talk about that was on the phone?
Yeah, on the phone you said you
Yeah,
were wait, maybe you
yeah,
did say you were a fan.
yeah, because I
Did
said the
you?
new trailer for Wicked dropped.
Yeah. You're like, I
Yeah,
am a fan.
I just saw it again. It's like one of the biggest revelations of my life, realizing I'm a Wizard of Oz fan. I'm like, oh my God, I am a sucker for this stuff.
Yeah.
Like I never realized until like right now. We're like, I am locked in to see this fucking movie. Like, can't wait. It's gonna be 90%
You're probably the
musical.
only one going because you like the lore and whatnot and not
Yeah.
just the musical
Yeah, like I like,
for
yeah,
Wicked.
I do. I really do. That's so terrible. I don't
Of
understand
all
this.
things, Wizard of
It's like, I
Oz.
mean, I don't know, but there's certain things about myself not even I understand. So yep. And Wizard of Oz is definitely one of them.
Yeah. It's different thing to like.
So yeah, yeah. I mean, what else is there? I for people listening, I'm on episode 800 and I think 31 of One Piece.
831.
So
And the show's
yeah,
not over.
not even remotely.
Seem very passionate that you made it that far.
I mean, it's cost me a lot. um, but
I lost my marriage. My
I
kids left
mean,
me.
I mean, but I'll be able to say I did it. I did it. I mean, but I watched this comedian the other day, and she was talking about she just started watching One Piece a year ago, and now she's current. And she said, "Yeah, but it's crazy because like One Piece, becomes like your gospel, and you try to sneak it into conversations." I was like, "Yeah, I don't do that. Like, I don't want to wish this on anyone.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, yeah, watch One Piece, but but if you
Gotta
choose
make
not
some
to,
sacrifices.
yeah, yeah. I'm like, if you choose not to, I'm okay with that. I feel you. I get it. I'm like, it's worth watching, but
Yeah.
it's yeah, yeah. Like as I think like about all the stuff I'm like I said, like there's stuff I want to be watching that I'm not watching. Like when we get done recording, I'm gonna probably watch a couple episodes of One Piece. I'm gonna sit here and mildly react to stuff and get my numbers, get my reps in for today. I'm sorry, 829. That's the episode I'm on.
Close enough.
Close enough. Yeah. So, but that's where I'm at. It's still good. It's probably the GOAT.
Fair. Anything
Everybody-
that's been on that long.
Yeah, my main man Dado said, he said, I'm gonna start piecing together stuff here in the next couple hundred episodes. I said, "Oh yeah,
Couple
He said,
hundred.
yeah." It's like a funny thing though, because One Piece is like one of those shows where you cannot talk to anybody about it unless they're watching it where you're at, you
Yeah.
know, because it's everything is a fucking spoiler. And so I just sit here and watch it and go to work. And the one dude CJ goes, "Where are you at?" And I tell him, he's like, "Damn it," because he was like 100 and some episodes ahead of me when I started working with him, and now I've smoked
Oh,
him.
for real.
Yeah, I smoked him because he hasn't been watching it. So he's like, "Damn," but he's busy doing other stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm watching
Fair.
One Piece and I'm watching Fallout. And Fallout, I'm on episode
Okay.
4, and Fallout is good. Like that's my suggestion. I wish more people were talking about Fallout, but
It was popular when it came out.
yeah, so it's definitely good. You know, like I said,
Yeah.
Walter Goggins, great. He's great in everything he does. A little gratuitous, but there's definitely, like I told you, that show makes me want to play the game. Like I'm like, man, I kind of want to play the game so I can really dive into like what
You
this
would
shit's
probably
about.
like it. Seems
Yeah.
like your type of game.
But you know, I don't have time because of One Piece to play anything. So
Maybe this
But-
winter.
maybe. But other than that, Jujutsu Kaisen's on hiatus for another week.
Yeah.
So-
Get healthy, gay.
Yeah, okay, let's go. Let's go. We're at the end. Suck it up.
Are we though? I mean, I
mean,
hope we are.
That's
but
what we're saying. We're nearing the end. I mean, it's hard to say. You know, those poor artists and writers for manga, their bodies just be getting beat up. Gege's probably balled up, but they're just saying, "Oh, he's sick."
Yeah. Yeah.
He took a week off, took a week off, and then released half the pages he normally releases, and then took 2 weeks off because he's sick.
Yeah.
He probably
he's-
balled up.
Yeah, from drawing.
Yeah, for drawing, like the creator of Hunter x Hunter, that dude
Yeah.
can't stand up straight. I'm like,
Yeah.
they made you draw so much you can't stand up straight anymore.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Just sitting crisscross applesauce at a desk.
Yeah, just all like we should ask. Oh, you said crisscross applesauce. Yes, you did.
That's what they're sitting like.
That's just how they're sitting, just drawing away.
Yeah.
Oh,
12, 14, 15 hours a day.
I feel like Oda must have like a squadron of dudes doing
I
the work
don't
for
know
him.
how he does it because
It's been
you don't hear about his health
Yeah.
like complaining.
Yeah, he's
looks
gonna
good,
he's
too.
gonna draw the final page and just drop that bonk.
Yeah.
He'd be like, it's
He's the
finished.
Tom Brady of manga.
Yeah, he is. Oh God, he is. He
Like,
is.
he had to do something.
Yeah.
Like he sacrificed something.
Hey, yeah, hey, Tom Brady. I told you the football gods
Yeah.
said we want your marriage. He said for another ring. They said yeah. He said, all right, take it.
Yeah. He didn't believe him.
Yeah. He said, I wouldn't have fuck up my marriage. I was like, damn, Tom Brady. Anyways, yeah. So Oda's like that. Oda was like, I just want to write the greatest manga of all time. No biggie. Then you find out how much manga actually exists and how much anime exists in the world. And you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, now that we have Crunchyroll, bud, I just scroll through and I'm like,
It's insane.
I literally
Basically,
don't.
yeah, like what we make for TV, like
Yeah.
live action, is just what they do with anime.
With anime, yeah, it's crazy. And because I've always liked anime like style of drawing, I can't even tell by the art what's good. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you can watch something here and be like, oh, that
Oh,
looks like
really?
trash.
I can tell.
You can tell?
when
See, I
I can tell
can't.
when I'm like, yep, it's going to not be good.
Oh yeah. Did you watch any what's the Korean version of manga? It's called
Oh, I don't know.
it's called
I don't
dude
know.
I work with reads it, but some of it's pretty decent. Like I've watched some videos on it. It's pretty decent, you know,
Yeah.
like their art style and yeah. But anyway,
Yeah, I didn't know about that.
Yeah,
I did not know about that.
it's a whole thing. I forget. It starts with an M as well. I just, I forgot. So, but that's about it though. That's all I have really, bud.
You hear J. Cole's new song though? Oh, play it right now. Play it right now.
Yeah, that's right, baby. We're in the bonus round. J-
Look
J.
it up
Cole
right
has-
now.
J. Cole,
Wait,
what's it
no.
called? What's it called?
Grippy.
Grippy?
Yeah. Play. I want to hear this live reaction.
Trippy, bud.
Grippy. No, it's called Grippy.
Grippy, J. Cole.
Featuring J. Cole. You find it? I think it's like a
Grippy?
pink. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Did you find it?
Yeah.
It's trash. Nah, this is bad. Don't even say
Hold
it's
on.
good.
I'm waiting for it to get good.
It's bad. And what makes it worse is you realize J. Cole is 40 something rapping about this. Bad. Just turn this off. It's bad. I don't want to hear this anymore.
Hey, remember when he said he's written some bad refrains, you know, on Trade of Truth and the Ibiza, he has a line where, you know, basically he says not everything he writes is great. He's written some bad refrains. And I'm just gonna leave
That's
it at
one
that.
of them. What makes
No,
it worse is that he's 40 something talking about it's grippy.
I'm trying to wrap my head around the fact that he wrote this song.
There's your Messiah.
I never said that. See a what? She a grippy.
I mean, Kendrick ain't writing nothing like that. That's all I'm
Well, he
saying.
said, well, see, there's a line I didn't get to where he says, Destiny. I'm trying to give you
Bad.
he says, I'm trying to give you the
It's a
best of
bad
me.
song.
I want to kill it like rest in peace. Oh, then he says, eat on that pussy like it was a recipe. God damn it. J. Cole. That's up there with Halle Berry.
Halle Berry.
Let's get ratchet. Let's get ratchet. Oh my gosh. But all right, I'm done. You know, this time next week, The Bear will be premiering.
Yes.
And
I probably watched the whole thing.
yeah, probably. And yeah. So get ready. The Bear's coming. The Bear. So until then, he's Son.
And he's Pops.
And thanks for listening.
Grippy. I call her that because it's grippy. She thinking that if she a